How's it going, guys? This is the May Sandwich, and today I decided I wanted to do a review of the first two episodes of the Percy Jackson show that's on Disney Plus. So, start off, I know this isn't exactly what Percy exactly wears. Like, this is the closest I got to a Camp Half Blood shirt. Like, I don't have a Camp Half Blood shirt. My sister has one, but I gave it to her for her birthday, and I don't know if I wanted to wear it because it's hers, and I just didn't want to wear it. And this is the closest thing I got to his jacket, like, the green jacket he wears. This is the closest I got to having it. So that's all I can say about that. So let's start off with the TV show. So again, this will contain spoilers. If you do not want to be spoiled, then don't watch this. If you don't care about the spoilers, or if you just watched it, then feel free to watch, and you'll get my personal take on this. Starting off, let's talk about the casting choices. So, Olga Skullbell, I never seen him in the Island Project because I don't have Netflix. We'll probably get streaming services later in the future. But I did like him in the... I actually never heard of Walker Skullbell until this show. Like, most of the actors I never heard of until this show. And I do feel bad saying this because that just shows I've been living under a rock. I mean, I do. Not literally, but I just don't pay attention to stuff online. You can tell because I never heard the Gumball versus Dream drama until I had to look it up because I heard people talking about it, and I just never really cared about it. But I'm getting off topic. Let's talk about the casting choices. So I liked Grover's choice too. Like, I'm not really gonna try pronouncing the names. Next up, I guess I'll talk about Leah. I was a little skeptical on her choice. Not just because it's not because of skin color or anything, but it's just because she didn't look like the character. Like, she had blonde hair and was white, and she has black hair, black skin. I mean, the only reason it bothered me was because Disney always has their live-action remake versions that characters black. Like, they did it with Tinkerbell, then they did it with Ariel, now they're doing it with Annabeth and Chiron. But that's besides the point. Like, I was a little controversial. I was like, you know what? If she does a good job, I think she'll be fine. Heck, my sister, she's a huge fan of the Percy Jackson series. Like, she loves them. She'll talk about them to death. If I mentioned a movie about her once, and she said, like, never speak to me again. But seriously, like, she hates the movies. I mean, I used to like the movies until I read the books. Yeah, I didn't know they were based on a I didn't know it was based on a book series, because I never read the book series until, like, I decided, I want to get into the book series, and yeah, I owe my sister an apology because they're really good. They're really good. Like, I only read the first book, and I should tell you the story. So I did read the book, like, it was back in the when was it? It was back in when I went to my new high school. We read the Percy Jackson books, and I think we read at least the first three. I think I don't remember much from the second or third because I haven't read them on my own. Like, I feel like I need to read them on my own in order to enjoy them, or if I listen to an audiobook or something. And since I want to get into the voice acting industry, I just read them out loud. And I just really love the books, and they're just so amazing. Like, I can't believe I missed out on such an incredible series. Like, how could I miss out on the Percy Jackson books? But let's get back to the casting choices. I like Sally Jackson's choice, and I do have to be honest with you, I think her acting could use some work. Like, I do think it could use some work because she didn't sound exactly convincing in some scenes, but only some. I do think she needs to work on her acting a little bit more, just a little bit. If she's watching this, just take this as constructive criticism. Like, not extremely constructive, but do take this as big criticism. I do think her acting could use a little bit of work. Next up, Gabe's choice. I think Tim Sharp was a good choice, but he doesn't have 3 hairs. Spoilers. I told you there was gonna be spoilers in this. He doesn't have 3 hairs like he does. Like, he doesn't have the cigarette. Like, he doesn't, like, there's some stuff that he is missing or has too much of. He has too much hair. But that's besides the point. Like, where is his poker buddies? Like, he's playing online poker. I mean, that's the modern version of it, but why not have his poker buddies? Like, even the movie had his poker buddies. And that has nothing really faithful to it. Man, I can't believe I just went back to the movies. Okay, anyway, I guess I can get back to what I was saying about the TV show. So, in the TV show, like, I liked how it started. Like, it just showed Percy when he was younger, and showing all the stuff that he was seeing. And I like that they did that. And next up is Nancy Beaufort. She looks exactly like the way I thought she would look in the in like live action form. Like that, she looked exactly like how I thought she would. I mean, exactly. So that's basically the beauty of it. And I never actually saw what Grover actually looks like. Like I never seen what he actually looks like at all. I do have to look it up though. So do give me time on that. Though I have seen what Percy looks like in the books and Annabeth. Though I haven't really, though not much for anyone else. If you want me to be completely honest. But that just shows I don't really read the books. I don't read books, to be honest. Like, the only books I read are Darling Wimpkin. But I'm going to get into Percy Jackson. In fact, I'm asking for the Percy Jackson books for Christmas. Because I really want to get into the series, because I don't know much about the books. But I should point out that even though I don't like the first movie anymore, the first movie's what got me into Greek mythology. So Percy Jackson someone got me into Greek mythology. But that's besides the point. I don't want to talk about those stupid movies anymore. I mean, I might do it one more time, but I will get back to that later. Next up, Percy got some blue food. That's nice. I like that he got some blue food. I mean, how could he not? And then, of course, like, Percy's mom was talking to him, like Sally, she was just talking to him and about the stories of Greek mythology, and all the stories, saying that they're real, and he didn't believe him. He thought it was just not real. And then Grover came in chapter 3. Grover unexpectedly loses his pants. Yeah, he lost his pants, and he's a satyr. I almost said a centaur, but that's half horses. I don't know how to pronounce satyr, but now I know how to pronounce satyr. Am I pronouncing it right? That's besides the point. And then the Minotaur fight scene happened, and like at least that is faithful. Like at least he looks more faithful than he does in the stupid movie. That's not what I meant when I said it was when I was going to mention it one more time. But let's get back to one of my of course my spoiler review. So the Minotaur, of course, he chases Percy, Grover, and Sally, and Percy and Grover try to get there, but Percy sees Sally getting sent to the underworld, and and I like what they did with the music. Like it just went quiet, and it just I like his fury. I really do. And when like in the books when he said he's gonna take off the cap, that wasn't what I thought would happen. Like I didn't think it was like a marker. Like I know it's not like this marker, but I thought it was gonna be like this. Like, and in the movie he just clicks it. Like why did they change that? Like even that was changed. Like why did they change so much stuff in the movies? I know you have to shorten it, but you don't have to change so much. Like, I mean, I do like it for its own thing, but for based on a book, it's horrible. It's not good for being based on a book. Sorry, I just need to get that out. Okay, so after Percy's fight with the Minotaur, I like how he took off the horn and stabbed him with it. Again, spoilers. But then and then cut to the credits. And I'll tell you about some of the other stuff about episode 2. So he meets Luke. I think he had a bit of a scar, though. It was kind of hard to see. Though he meets Chiron, and I like that Mr. Beast says that he is Percy's father, just as a joke, just to get some beer and alcohol. Mr. D, he is not, But I do like how Percy actually realizes that was not a dream about him defeating the Minotaur, and Ares' kids didn't believe and thought he was just talking smack and all that stuff. And, of course, he became Supreme Lord of the Bathroom because the 3 kids of Ares, they tried to drain him in the toilet, and instead they ended up getting sprayed with water. And Annabeth, and she saw the whole thing because she, of course, she wants to go on a quest to prove herself. I think that's how memory goes. I'm not really good at remembering things from books. I mean, that's actually a lie. I do remember a scene from the book, spoilers, where Percy asks his mom if she wants Gabe gone. And she said, and she did with meatloaf surprise. And I guess I can mention that I don't like that Gabe didn't request 7-layer dip like in the book. Was it 7-layer? Correct me if I'm wrong. I kind of wish he requested dip before they went. Like, he's been like, you know what? If you're gonna go, make me some similar dip. Like, I wish they include that. Like, there's just some things that they haven't fully included. Like, I kind of wish they include more of. Like, I kind of wish they built more time over Mrs. Dodd's, like, transforming into a Fury. Like, they could, like, I kind of wish they spent more time building up on it, but it just felt a little too quick. Like, chapter 1 of into episode 1, like, it felt a little too rushed, if you want me to be completely honest. And like, I do feel like the first 3 chapters in episode 1, it felt kind of rushed, if you want me to be completely honest. Like, they basically merged 4 chapters into one, or like 3.5, whatever you want to say. It felt like they rushed up episode 1 a little too quick. I mean, just like chapter wise, like, I thought the chapter 1 part of episode 1 felt a little too quick. But I think they'll work. But another thing I don't really like about the episode is that they will just show the clip, and then there's like a pause. Like, it takes a little too long, and then it gets back to it. What I think it is, that it's just probably for commercials, like commercials wise, but it was in episode 2 as well, and that kind of bothered me quite a bit. And I felt like it was just doing it just for chapter wise, like after this part ended, like, it had that big cut just so it could go to chapter 2. That's what it felt like. They did that just for episode 1. Grover snitched on Percy just to protect him. I don't think that was like that in the book. Like, I wish they were driving the bus home instead of just taking a truck. Like, Percy took a truck alone, and of course when he entered his home, he encountered Eddie, who is a mechanic guy. I think it would have been nice if it was played by Logan Lerman, who played Percy in the movie. Like, I just think it would have been nice if he showed up as a cameo like that. But I think it's good that he hasn't shown up as a cameo. Because Walker Scobell said he would love to meet him. So I think it would be pretty cool if if they wait on having him be a cameo until season 2 or season 3. I was thinking season 2 because that was the last Percy Jackson movie, was the second book, and that's the last time you'll probably see me mention the movie. Or maybe they can probably include him in the final season, or like season 5 or season 6, because they just released the 6th book. And I enjoyed the first book, and I would love to read the second book. But I was thinking of reading the books in a specific time, but I'm not exactly sure. But we'll still get that to work. And one of the changes in, like, the first episode was when they saw Mrs. Dodds, like, she took off her coat and she became the Fury. Like, I didn't really get a chance to see it because I was trying to turn up the volume. I basically ruined that scene for me and my sister. And I was watching the episode with my mom and my sister. My dad was talking on the phone with his sister, and so he couldn't watch the show with us. But that's okay, because if he doesn't want to watch the show, it's totally fine. My mom watched it with me and my sister, and we got excited. Like, once episode 1 ended, I got off my chair screaming, "Ah!" with my sister, and we were just jumping up and down. Like, my sister drove just to watch it with me. Okay, she's actually visiting for Christmas, but she waited just to watch it with me. Like, the fact that she waited just for me just made me happy. Like, she knew I wanted to watch as much as she did. Okay, she wanted to watch a lot more. Like, she said that she got really nervous watching it, because she was afraid that it was gonna be, like, not exactly perfect. But I think it's starting off pretty well. There are some changes that does bother me a little bit, but I guess it doesn't really bother me that much. I'm talking too much about episode 1. We should just go to episode 2. So episode 2, of course, I talked a little bit about it, but we'll get to the capture the flag part. But before we do, I do want to talk about Luke's character. I like how they're treating him so well, but I read the first book and I know what's going to happen, so I won't be surprised about what happens. So anyway, episode 2, it was nice seeing Luke, like, being nice to him, and Ares' kids were trying to treat Percy like crap. I mean, they're the children of the god of war. Of course they're going to cause trouble. And of course they do that later for Capture the Flag, and Annabeth was wearing an invisible cap doing nothing. I mean, she just wanted to prove her. She just wanted to see how good Percy would do. And I'm glad that that she just wanted to test it, or test Percy anyway. But okay, I need to get back to it. So, another character that they did pretty well. I think they did Chiron pretty well, even though he doesn't look exactly like like he does in the books. I do think he does look pretty good. And Mr. D, he's hilarious. He really is hilarious. And then I saw this, like, it looked like a tree person come to life or something. It can't be. Sorry, I'm not really good at pronouncing names. A daughter of Zeus. I can't. I'm not really good at pronouncing names. So she. I don't think it's her. I think it's somebody else. They never said, but again, I think I'm not really good at pronouncing names, so I'm just not gonna try. So, and then with the capture the flag game, I need to get back on topic. So Percy ended up winning capture the flag, and he ended up breaking Clarice's staff, which she screamed no, like very angrily. Like it looked like she was gonna kill him. Yeah, I thought she was gonna kill him, to be completely honest. And then after Percy got beaten up pretty well, like they won the game, and then Annabeth pushed Percy in the water, and then he started healing up, and he was basically claimed as Poseidon's son. And then he was given the quest, and he said he just didn't want to do it. Then Grover says that his mom's still alive, or Percy's mom is still alive. And he was like, okay, I'll go. And he says, what time do we leave? And then it just ends. So, and then I did see a preview of episode 3. I kind of wish I didn't look at that, because they did reveal some stuff in episode 3. I kind of wish they didn't spoil on. Like, it shows a woman dressed up, and she says, I'm Medusa. That's not how it goes in the book. She introduces herself as Auntie M. Like why? You know what? That's just a small change. I think it will not matter. I don't think it will matter. Like last time I checked, the show has a fresh 96% Rotten Tomatoes, which is a really good score. But it might change later on. I do like what they did so far, but I am a little concerned. Like the stuff I'm concerned about is just that they might mess something up that might ruin everything. But you know what? Rick Riordan, the guy who made the books, he's in charge, and I think he's gonna do well. And that's all I can really say about the show. I loved what they're doing. I guess I can talk about the stuff I'm not a big fan of. Like I kind of wish the fight scene between Percy and the Minotaur lasted a little longer, like maybe like an extra minute or something. But it was too short. Like some stuff felt a little too rushed. I already mentioned that the chapter 1 part of episode 1 felt a little rushed. Like it just felt really rushed. And some parts of the episode felt kind of rushed. Some characters, I mean, I think most of the characters are doing well. And some of the fight scenes were kind of like not enough. Like I think they could do better with the fight scenes. Like what I remember about the fight scene in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish from Puss against Death himself. Like I remember it because I felt the action and everything about it. Like I remember that scene. Like if I think about the scene between Percy and the Minotaur, it's not gonna come quick to my mind. Like I think I need to watch it like a few more times before I really get into it. Like I already mentioned the fight scene between the Minotaur and Percy was a little too short in my mind, and I felt like some things were a little too rushed, and I felt like the camp scene the fight scenes could use a little work. Like they need a little more action to it, because I didn't feel enough from him. Like it wasn't a adrenaline feeling for most of them. Like the fight between Percy and 3 of the Camp Red, yeah, I'm just gonna say Camp Red, Team Blue. I can't believe it's just a Camp Red. I'm from Team Red, like Percy against Team Red. Yeah, Percy wore blue. That I remember. Like correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not really good at remembering things, but I do like that was probably the only fight scene I liked from Percy against three of the Team Red guys, or girls anyway. Some of them were girls, some of them were guys. Yada yada yada. Like the fight scenes were like that fight scene was pretty well done, and Percy finding out who he was. Like I kind of wish they showed the students the other characters, the other campers. I kind of wish they were bowing down after finding out that Percy was son of Poseidon, and kind of wish Chiron was there too. But you know what? I think they could use more work. Like I'm excited for episode 3. I'm excited for how the rest of the series is gonna go, and I'll watch episode 3 with my sister, but she'll be going home. That's all I can really say about the Percy Jackson show. All I can say about Percy Jackson is that I think the series is gonna be incredible. I think it's gonna keep going. I think it's gonna keep going well, and that's all I can say about the TV show. So if there's, that's all I can say. I said that like multiple times. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna edit out something. What did I edit out? You'll never find out. So thank you guys for. So I'm gonna watch episode 3 with my sister until she goes home. I already mentioned that. But then the rest of the episodes I'm gonna watch alone. If my mom wants to watch it, she can. Like, she hasn't read the book series, and I think she'll enjoy reading Percy Jackson, because I enjoyed reading the first book, and she should definitely read the first one if she wants to. And my sister actually brought the first book with her just so we could compare. We'll probably, and I was gonna invite her to this, but I don't think she wants to be invited to a YouTube video. Like, she doesn't want her face on YouTube, so I'm not gonna include her. Her voice, I don't think she would really matter. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I've talked too much. I gotta get this video uploaded. So, thank you guys for watching my review, my spoiler review of the Percy Jackson TV show. Thank you, Rick Riordan, for making this dream come true. Like, it's actually a really good adaptation. I definitely recommend it to Percy Jackson fans. And if you haven't watched it, you've basically been spoiled if you watch this. But that's besides the point. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until next time, I'll catch you later.